26-7, 11:32 to go in tonight's opener. So it looks like the Tony Nicely era at LC Bird is going to start off 1-0. And we're sending out a quick link on Twitter as we temporarily lost our YouTube link. We've got it back now so that you can join us again. Fans, sorry about that. Ensuing kick will be taken at the 20-yard line up near the 30, and then a very nice open field tackle. Quantez Christian about a 9-yard return, and Jaden Dow handles him single-handedly in the middle of the field. In fact, they'll put him to the 28, about an 8-yard return, and it'll be for Meadowbrook. Finally got on the board. And then watches Bird with a big kickoff return. The touchdown. On the first play, Donaldson wasn't in that time. Oh, let Jeremiah Carter come in. And it was one carry, 43 yards, and a score. And from their 28, down 19 with 11:24 to go. Christian in motion. Fake to McNeil. Fong Wilson up the middle. He'll get hit hard, but he'll gain another yard for it. Gain of 9. Munden on the stop. And Fong Wilson is shaken up on the play, and the officials ask for time. Actually, Fong Wilson has over 100 yards rushing tonight. He's also got that touchdown pass. He does also have the interception on that opening drive after the 45-yard completion on third down, got him into Bird territory, and then he, on another third down situation, went into double coverage, and Munden got the interception. Usually, we never like to speculate, but usually when a player goes down on an August night like this, it's a cramping situation, and we certainly hope that that's the case. It's a beautiful night for August 24th, but it's still warm. Humidity is down, but it's not November. And Fong Wilson gets up, and he'll jog off the field under his own power, so he'll take a play off. I doubt more than that, and then he'll be back in. He took a good hit. May have just had the wind knocked out of him as well. 11:15 to go. (26-7). Bird won the opener in 15 here when they resumed this regular season series. They hadn't played the regular season from 2009 to 2014. And they go back in together opening night the last now 3 seasons. 3-0 in that stretch against their Chesterfield County rivals. As the crow flies, they're not separated by many miles. McNeil will take the direct snap. He'll go up the middle, and he'll get good yardage. Up to 45-yard line, close to 7 on the carry for McNeil. I think one of the issues that Fong Wilson, McNeil company, they're going to have this year is fatigue. They're going to have to be incredibly conditioned. When they have to play the teams like Thomas Dale and Hopewell in the Central District, they got Dinwiddie to worry about. There are no easy nights Central District-wise. I know we've talked a lot about the Capital District the last few years, and rightfully so, but Central ain't no cupcake, fans. Let me tell you. McNeil coming out on the flat. Fong Wilson throws across the middle and overthrows a wide-open receiver. Oh, Damaris Branch had nobody around him at the Bird 43. And the timing was just a little bit off. incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 as the clock is just under 10 minutes to go here in the contest. So McNeil's going to take it out of the pistol, and we get a penalty marker on the field prior to the snap. And now we've got some tempers flaring and a flag coming in. And the referee's doing a very good job to get them separated. No reason to do that, guys. You know, if you want to know how you need to keep your cool, you could argue that Lee Davis lost a first-round home playoff opportunity last year when in a game that they were winning big time, Nathan Evans, their star running back, now at William & Mary, got into a fight, was ejected. He was lost for the next week against Varina, and they lost that game against Varina. And because of that, they had to go to Douglas Freeman rather than Freeman come to Lee Davis last year. And Lee Davis was one and done in the postseason. So I don't care when it is, August, September, October, keep your cool. So we have an illegal procedure call against Meadowbrook, and then we get an unsportsmanlike conduct call on the join after the penalty flag had fallen, and they're going to lose a total of 20 yards. And we hear from our buddy Nick Vandalik down at the Progress Index. Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard update. The Matoaka girls volleyball team gets a good win tonight in 3 sets over LC Bird. They squared their record at 1-1. Looking forward to seeing those girls who had such a great season advancing in 5A last year. Mills Godwin's a little bit down this year in girls volleyball. Deep Run, not quite as powerful this year. We saw them in a scrimmage a couple of weeks ago. Class 5 could be a bit open. Atlee looked pretty good last night in their 3-set win over James River. They're back in the mix after being up north for a couple of years. Of course, the annual Virginia Volleyball Showcase coming up next Friday and Saturday all day long at the Richmond Volleyball Club, and that will be at still the Richmond Volleyball Club there in the West End off of Staples Mill, the new location not completed yet over here in Chesterfield that they announced several months back over near Cloverleaf Mall. Excuse me. Varsity Jamboree at Goochland High School this weekend. Midlothian's going to be there, Atlee, Henrico, Goochland, of course, and a couple of others. And that'll be a day-long event over at Goochland High School on Saturday. As volleyball, full swing. Oh, what a great Patrick Henry Midlothian match opening night, Tuesday night. We had live for you on Twitter. Looked like PH was going to breeze in 3. Midlothian forced 5 before the Patriots won on the road. I suspect they'll see each other again come November. All right, after a 20-yard mark off its 3rd in a very long way, McNeil is back to pass. He'll throw it, and it's well short. And the closest player there was a Skyhawk. Incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're not going to have any choice but to try to kick this one away unless they're thinking, okay, we're down 19, 9.5 to go. It's 4th and nuts, but they're going to kick it away. I think that's wise. Football's at the 25, and you got to get to the 48. You got to get 23 on 4th down. Let Grabham do his job and at least try to pin the Skyhawks in their own territory, and they'll put 2 guys deep, if you want to call it that, at the 45-yard line. 4th down, the punt is away. Pretty good one, taken at the Skyhawk 47. And a return of about 5, maybe 6 yards just into Meadowbrook territory. It is Davian Munden, and Bird will take over at about the 47-yard line.
Just inside the 50. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks.
So 9:24 to go. It is a 26-7 lead. As LC Bird looking to go to 1-0. First down. Handoff, Carter again, spelling Donaldson, whose night may be done. And Jeremiah gets about 8. First time he touched it, 43 to pay dirt. And it'll be second and short as we approach 9 minutes to go in the game as we get just after 8 o'clock on this Thursday night. Again, we go on the air live tomorrow night, 6:45 from Hanover High School, Monacan, Hanover, Class 4 Region B showdown on opening night. Here live and exclusively on our YouTube channel. Banks back to pass, looking over the middle, got a man, and just overthrowing the intended receiver, LaPierre, who had the school record 86-yard touchdown reception back in the first. Secondary member got a little bit of a jersey and got away with it. And it'll be third down and 2. So we're really looking forward to tomorrow night. Monacan, Hanover, 6:45. YouTube.com/RVA Sports Network. The embedded YouTube player will be available at both RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. In fact, it's already up at HanoverCountySports.net even as we speak. Third down and 2. Handoff, Carter. He'll get the first down across the 35 to the 34-yard line. And somebody just won the 50-50 raffle. The window at the press box right beside us with a whole handful of tickets. One of them worked. It may not have been the Powerball that the lady in Massachusetts won today. $759 million. Of course, that's annuitized, and then there's taxes. And that lady's life has changed up in New England. First down. Carter will approach the 30, about 3 to the 31. And the clock under 8 minutes to go as LC Bird does what LC Bird does best. Chew up clock and wear you out. They'll have Thomas Dale next Friday night in the Battle of Chester, which has been a one-sided battle the last several years. The Knights would love to do something finally about that. Hermitage and Rico next week on Friday night. And again, we'll be with Patrick Henry at Caroline. First game for new head coach Keith Braxton. One out. Going to keep it on the bootleg left side inside the 25. McNeil catches him with a foot tackle at about the 24-yard line.
Marcus Banks takes the handoff.
So Banks for 6 yards. We've had Caroline on the game of the week a couple of times before, but it will be our first trip to Caroline High School, where former longtime Hanover head coach Josh Just, coordinator. That could be a very interesting early test for a young Patrick Henry team. We'll have it for you not only here online, but that's when we rejoin again WHAN Radio, 102.9 FM, 1430 AM, and of course on the TuneIn Radio app and the Next Radio app. 6:30 a week from tomorrow night. Handoff to Carter. Up the middle, approaching the red zone near the 20-yard line. With under 6.5 to go, it's enough for the first down. And we have a Meadowbrook player shaken up, and we'll have an official's timeout with 6:29 remaining. Again, next Friday night is when we will buddy Mark Davis at NBC 12. Every Friday night at 6:30, we'll sit down and talk about everything going on in the RVA and high school football on the Sidelines pregame show powered by Sheehy Ford of Ashland at SheehyFordAshland.com. Again on WHAN 102.9 FM, 1430 AM. Here online on the RVA Sports Network. Of course, we'll have the links available at RVASportsNetwork.com, HanoverCountySports.net, and live at your game on the TuneIn Radio app or the Next Radio app. Either way, either app, just search 102.9 FM Richmond. And we'll see you there next Friday night for PH and Caroline, the fourth and final of our 2-week, 2-night doubleheader start to the 2017 season. Out of the injury timeout, give to Carter. With the secondary, he's caught behind the line of scrimmage, trying to run right side. And the clock will stop with 6:11 remaining. And a few more tempers after the play. Flag came from the inside the secondary. And it's going to go against L.C. Bird. Academic at this point with a 19-point lead. It'll be holding against Bird. So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They'll put the football back to the 30-yard line. With time running out. It'll be first down. But first in quite a bit. Yep, better, yes. Good thought. Good thought. Take a picnic lunch, see if you can't get a fresh set of downs. And if they do, it's going to be about a first and goal. Handoff to Carter, up the middle, couple of blocks, near the 25, stood up there. As we're at 5.5 to go and counting, the game of the week. Skyhawks happy to just take their sweet time. Can't blame them. Would do the exact same thing. The I formation, another penalty marker. Carter upended quickly. Nice work there by 58. Brandon Delaney helping out. Penalty marker on the field, 4:57. It's an illegal block. Low block on Bird. And that should be a 15-yard penalty. But a little too late, it looks like, as Meadowbrook will regroup. They knew this was going to be a tough opener.
Second down, under 5 minutes.
But they've got a lot of positives to build off of this game. Handoff to about the 40, and that's it. Carter once again. And not much there. In fact, he'll get no gain. So third down and officially 30. With 4 minutes left to go. Banks looking back to pass. He'll throw long down the sideline into double coverage. Underthrown and intercepted. Marker as we've got a helmet off of a Meadowbrook Monarch. And the penalty's back here at the line of scrimmage. Interception stands, and the Monarchs will take over deep in their own territory with 3:44 to go, but now we got to sort out the extracurriculars that happened after Banks heaved the football down the right sideline and how that may affect this turnover. 26-7 with 3:44 to go. Doesn't get any easier for these Monarchs. 2 weeks from tonight, their next game at Highland Springs. Personal foul against Meadowbrook. Now, if that is ruled after the play, the interception will stand. They'll go half the distance to the goal line, the football. So there will be Meadowbrook ball, but they'll be in the shadow of their end zone. So 26-7, 3:44 to go. Meadowbrook will get the football again in the shadow of their own end zone, down by 19. You know what? I'm head coach Adam Tiller. I'm going to think to myself, you know what? Again, lots of positives to come out of this game. Some good individual efforts, and it's not like they didn't have opportunities. 4 trips, to my count, into Skyhawk territory tonight. 7 points to show for it. McNeil in at quarterback on this drive. They lose the football in the end zone, and if it's recovered by L.C. Bird, it is. Touchdown, L.C. Bird. Handoff is fumbled in the end zone. And it is 32-7 Skyhawks. Oh, my. Just as we were sitting here talking about, hey, there are positives to come out of this game, and there still are, but you go back and you see the big glaring mistakes, the flinch on 4th down that cost a 1st down, the ensuing kickoff not taken, and the live ball recovered by L.C. Bird to grab that 2nd touchdown early in the 1st quarter. And now a defensive touchdown on the fumble, trying to hand off in the end zone. And Bird recovers for the score. Point after try from Simmons. It is up, and it is good. And with 3:37 left to go here on the game of the week, it's 33-7.
Begin moving towards your right. You should be picked up in front of Meadowbrook High School. So, students, I know you've already called. Now's the time to be reflecting up and moving towards that ride. Thank you.
So they made the announcement to
we really need you to get out there and move it. Thank you.
Head down and get ready and get to your ride, as this night will come to a close. From the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard update, defending 6A boys state volleyball champion James River down 2-1 to Mills Godwin in their season opener tonight. Mills Godwin swept Tuesday night in their opener by Hanover. The Rapids trying to climb the mountain for the 4th year in a row. They've won 3 straight state championships in boys volleyball. Simmons to kick off, and it'll be taken at the 20. Christian up the middle, swings away from one man and then gets hit hard at about the 36-yard line, and we've got a penalty marker on the field. And that'll stop the clock with 3:28 to go. Now we're getting to the point in the game where it's just kind of getting aching to watch. And this is when Coach Tiller got to instill that discipline in his Monarchs. Go, guys, we'll fight another day. Something now that we'll regret later or will affect later. Block in the back on the Monarchs. And that'll push them back to start this next drive with 3:28 remaining. So, fans, again, we'll be with you tomorrow night from Hanover High School for Monacan Hanover. Looking forward to that on our YouTube channel, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kick. And yes, we will have live updates from Highland Springs Hermitage. Follow on Twitter at Henrico Sports for updates on that all throughout the night. The big early season battle, Panthers and Springers. Handoff and no gain there on first down as the clock is at 3:20 and counting. 33-7 LC Bird. That last touchdown falling on the ball on the fumble in the end zone, just kind of, people weeks from now or even tomorrow morning will look at the score and go 33-7. Oh, yeah, there we go again. But they won't realize that the game was closer than 26 points. Needs to learn how to capitalize on opportunity. Clock at 2:40 to go. Second down and 11. A loss of a yard is some of the second string now in the game for the Monarchs. Handoff, and again, nothing doing there. For the ball carrier, who fans, I'm afraid we don't have on our roster provided to us. Number 10, and we don't have a 10 on the roster. He lost a couple of yards, and it'll be third down and long. As we approach 2 minutes left in the game, with Bird up 33-7. No postgame here tonight. Our postgame show will begin next Friday night when we join WHAN Radio with the Patrick Henry Caroline game. Yeah, no postgame tonight. Postgame show, we'll have Mark Davis live on our postgame show every week and other features as well, including a conversation with the winning head coach. That will all begin again next Friday night. Handoff up the middle, and some pretty nice running there from Isaiah Hunt, but he will be short of the first down, and that'll bring up fourth down with under 90 to go now, and LC Bird getting set for another opening night victory. But LC Bird has some things to work on too. As they look ahead to the Battle of Chester after they get on the bus here tonight. Next Friday night against Thomas Dale. Again, Meadowbrook in 2 weeks at Kreider Stadium against two-time defending Class 5, formerly 5A state champion Highland Springs. Final minute of play, and it's taken them forever, and Coach Tiller's going to call a timeout. With 41 seconds to go on a fourth down and about 5 coming up. Fans, stay with us on our Twitter network throughout the 2017-18 season. I know it's usually not considered cool for seniors to talk to freshmen, but if you could do that for us and just tell them, hey, you want to know what's going on in all of our sporting events, follow wherever you may be. If you're in Chesterfield, at Chesterfield Sports. If you're in Henrico, at Henrico Sports. If you're in Hanover, at Hanover Sports. And if you're in the city of Richmond, Tri-Cities, surrounding counties, private schools, follow the RVA Sportsnet. Hyper-local coverage you won't find anywhere else, only from the RVA Sports Network. Final 41 seconds. Meadowbrook Band closing up shop for tonight. And we'll get a punt. Nobody back to return it. And the ball will end up going down at about the 27-yard line with 30 seconds. Make it 29 to go. So Bird can take a knee and wrap this one up. They'll go to 1-0 and have Thomas Dale next week. And Meadowbrook will have a couple of weeks to learn from tonight. Look at film, look at tape. I suspect Coach Tiller and company will be in the stands tomorrow night at Kreider Stadium to Springs. And then they'll hit the bus 2 weeks from tomorrow night and be at Highland Springs. And nobody thought Meadowbrook could beat Highland Springs last year, and Pootie Carter got injured, and played well, and Meadowbrook got the win, 8-7. Only team to beat Highland Springs last year was Meadowbrook. in recent years, we've had games like that, whereas in high school football, you never quite know. But tonight, Monarchs could not take advantage of several good opportunities. Skyhawks with a drive to start the second half to put this one away. And the final 20 seconds will run off the clock. LC Bird starts the Tony Nicely era 1-0. And congratulations to the Skyhawks as they will take a 33-7 win tonight here at Meadowbrook. Monarchs will go to 0-1, and they'll head to Highland Springs in 2 weeks. And again, the Skyhawks with the Battle of Chester against Thomas Dale next Friday night. 33-7 is our final score. Congratulations to the Skyhawks. We get set in less than 24 hours to head to Hanover and get ready for Class 4 Region B action, as it will be. And Hanover, live on the Game of the Week, exclusively on the RVA Sports Network's YouTube channel, will hit the air tomorrow night at 6:45 for the second half of our opening week football doubleheader. Embedded YouTube player is always up at rvasportsnetwork.com and hanovercountysports.net. And so tomorrow night, it's Monacan at Hanover. We hit the air at 6:45. And then next week, another doubleheader, Thursday night online exclusive, Lee Davis at Mills Godwin at a special start time of 7:15. And then a week from Friday night, we go back on the radio with WHAN 102.9 FM and 1430 AM for our 16th season of high school football. First game for New Patrick Henry head coach Keith Braxton as the Patriots go to Caroline to take on the Cavaliers. 6:30 will start on September 1st, next Friday night, with the On the Sidelines pregame show, powered by Sheehy Ford of Ashland, as we'll be joined by NBC 12 Sports Director Mark Davis to lay out the landscape of the Central region beforehand, and then we'll kick it off at 7 o'clock. That is next Friday, September 1st. I want to thank Joey Richardson, Activities Director here at Meadowbrook High School, and the entire staff for making us feel so welcome, as always. Very much happy that we were able to bring you the Game of the Week tonight, special Thursday edition from Meadowbrook High School. LC Bird with the win, 33-7 is your final. Tonight's exclusive high school football broadcast, a presentation of the RVA Sports Network, solely intended for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the pictures, descriptions, videos of tonight's game without the express written consent of HCS Media LLC is prohibited. AM RVA will get you caught up on all the high school action. The mini podcast of the RVA Sports Network drops every weekday morning at 5 a.m. on Twitter and also at rvasportsnetwork.com. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 6:45 for Monacan at Hanover. Until then, Rob Witham saying thanks for being with us tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow.